The 1980s were a transformative decade in entertainment, marked by the rise of home video, growing media interest, and performers who became household names far beyond niche circles. During this era, a group of influential women stood out not just for their screen work, but for their personalities, business savvy, mainstream crossover appeal, and lasting cultural presence. These performers helped shape how the industry was perceived and how performers could define careers on their own terms. This video explores 5 of the most noteworthy figures of the 1980s adult entertainment. Their journeys reflect not only the evolution of an industry, but also broader shifts in entertainment, identity, and personal reinvention. Each woman brought her own energy, professionalism, and vision to her work, and each has left a legacy that continues to resonate in popular and cultural conversations today. 1. Nina Hartley, educator, performer, and advocate. Nina Hartley, born March 11, 1959, in Berkeley, California, is one of the most enduring and respected figures associated with the 1980s entertainment world. She began her career in 1984, entering the industry with a strong sense of confidence, intelligence, and professionalism. Prior to her on-screen debut, she was pursuing nursing studies, an academic background that would later inform her unique approach to performer advocacy and education. Hartley's on-screen presence was characterized by a natural ease and personable demeanor that resonated with audiences. Rather than limiting herself to on-screen work alone, she became known for her educational outreach. She produced seminars, workshops, and instructional material focused on health, communication, consent, and respectful relationships, helping to demystify topics related to personal well-being. Her work in this area distinguished her from many peers and contributed to broader conversations about performer rights and safety, long before many of these topics entered mainstream discourse. Over a career spanning decades, Hartley appeared in more than 1,000 productions and toured extensively. Media outlets often described her as one of the best-known actresses in the industry, not only for her on-screen accomplishments but also for her role as a thoughtful advocate and public educator. She has been inducted into major halls of fame and remains active in speaking engagements, workshops, and public appearances that emphasize communication and dignity in personal interaction. Hartley's influence extends beyond the screen. She produced content under her own brand, blending outreach with entertainment, and helped shape expectations of professionalism for new performers. Her career reflects a rare blend of visibility, advocacy, longevity, and thoughtful engagement with fans and broader cultural conversations about personal expression. 2. Christy Canyon, popularity, media presence, and ongoing engagement. Christy Canyon was born June 17, 1966, in Pasadena, California. She entered the entertainment world in 1984 and quickly became one of the most popular and engaging performers of the 1980s and early 1990s. Known for her warm screen presence and approachable personality, Canyon appeared in more than 100 titles, becoming a fixture in the era's most talked-about productions. Canyon's connection with audiences extended well beyond performance alone. Her warmth, energy, and professionalism helped set her apart not just as a performer, but as a personality with broad appeal. In an industry that was growing rapidly, she earned recognition for her ability to make viewers feel seen and appreciated, building a loyal fan base that followed her work over many years. Her contributions were acknowledged with inductions into both the AVN Hall of Fame and the XRCO Hall of Fame, honors that celebrated her impact, career longevity, and the respect she earned from peers and fans alike. These accolades reflect both her on-screen achievements and her role in helping define the tone of an evolving entertainment landscape. After retiring from regular video performances in the late 1990s, Canyon transitioned into roles that sustained her engagement with audiences. She became a radio personality, co-hosting widely followed programs like Night Calls, and later established her own show on satellite radio. In addition to broadcasting, she authored an autobiography that offered candid reflections on her career, personal experiences, and the broader cultural context of her work in the 1980s and beyond. Canyon's post-performance activities reinforced her visibility and broadened public understanding of life after peak fame. Her evolution into media hosting, writing, and community engagement illustrates a lasting influence that goes far beyond her film catalog. Today, she is remembered not only for her on-screen work but for her ability to connect with people in many dimensions of public life. 3. Ginger Lynn Rapid Rise, Recognition and Reinvention. Ginger Lynn Allen, born December 14, 1962, in Rockford, Illinois, rose to national attention early in the 1980s with a remarkable on-screen debut in 1983. Her natural charisma, energetic presence, and engaging personality quickly made her one of the decade's most recognizable performers. Lynn's early work stood out for its quality, and she became known as a performer whose name was synonymous with visibility and broad audience appeal. Her influence in the 1980s was acknowledged with significant recognition. She won the Best New Starlet Award in 1985, a testament to her impact early in her career, and was later inducted into both the AVN Hall of Fame and the XRCO Hall of Fame. These honors reflect her standing as one of the most influential figures of her era. Lynn also became the first official Vivid Girl, signing a contract with the founder of the prominent studio. This agreement underscored her commercial appeal and helped define the studio-driven star system that became a hallmark of the decade. Beyond traditional recording work, Lynn expanded her visibility through crossover appearances, including roles in genre films and hosting a radio program alongside fellow performer Christy Canyon. Her career took a turn in the late 1980s when she stepped back from regular video work to explore other endeavors, including media engagements and occasional appearances in industry events. Her influence has endured long after her initial rise to prominence. Lynn is remembered both for her contributions during the 1980s heyday and for her ability to remain visible in various forms of entertainment well beyond her earliest success. Her journey reflects the possibilities of personal reinvention, creativity, and the enduring appeal of authentic on-screen presence. 4. Amber Lynn, visibility, versatility, and enduring legacy. Amber Lynn, born September 3, 1964, in Newport Beach, California, emerged in the early 1980s at a time when the entertainment landscape was rapidly evolving. Originally a model active in Los Angeles's vibrant club and magazine culture, she entered the industry with early roles in the mid-1980s and quickly became widely recognized for her camera presence, adaptability, and engaging performance style. Unlike many peers who focused largely on filmed works, Lynn expanded her career into live audience performance as a featured dancer. She became one of the first performers to headline on the club circuit across North America, broadening how entertainers connected with fans and building a model many would later follow. Her visibility extended beyond category video work. Lynn made appearances in feature films such as 52 Pickup and Evils of the Night and appeared on television, reinforcing her crossover appeal and reaching audiences who may not have known her solely for on-screen roles. She also engaged in charitable efforts, including involvement with organizations that supported health and community causes. Lynn's contributions over the decade and beyond were recognized with lifetime honors, including induction into the AVN Hall of Fame and receipt of a Free Speech Coalition Lifetime Achievement Award. These accolades reflect her long-standing influence, public engagement, and the respect she earned from peers. Over the decades, Amber Lynn maintained visibility through interviews, radio hosting, and personal outreach, ensuring that her legacy continued well beyond her most active performance years. Her story is one of versatility, public engagement, and sustained impact, a model of how entertainers can build a lasting presence across multiple platforms and communities. 5. Traci Lords controversy, transition, and mainstream success. Traci Elizabeth Lords, born May 7, 1968, in Steubenville, Ohio, became one of the most discussed personalities of the 1980s due to an early controversy that reshaped industry standards. Using a stage name, she entered the industry while underage, and her work was later withdrawn from distribution when authorities discovered her true age. The ensuing developments prompted widespread reform in age verification procedures and regulatory clarity for the broader field. Despite this early controversy, Lords embraced a path of reinvention. She studied acting and pursued roles in mainstream film and television, finding opportunities that included appearances in John Waters' Cry Baby, the action film Blade, and popular series like Melrose Place and Roseanne. Her transition demonstrated adaptability and determination, allowing her to establish a presence beyond the circumstances of her early work. Lords also pursued music, releasing the album 1000 Fires, whose lead single achieved success on Billboard's dance charts. She later published a best-selling autobiography that offered personal reflections on her early experiences and life beyond them, shaping her narrative on her own terms. Her varied career spanning film, television, music, and writing reflects a successful reinvention that extended far beyond her beginnings in front of the camera. Lords' journey illustrates resilience, adaptability, and a capacity to navigate public landscapes while building a distinct personal legacy rooted in creativity and determination.